Good evening. We're in Matthew chapter 15. We're going to start with verse 1, and this is where Jesus teaches about inner purity. Let's begin. Some Pharisees and teachers of religious law now arrived from Jerusalem to interview Jesus. "Why do your disciples disobey our age-old traditions?" they demanded. "They ignore our tradition of ceremonial hand washing before they eat." Jesus replied, "And why do you, by your traditions, violate the direct commandments of God? For instance, God says, 'Honor your father and mother,' and anyone who speaks evil of father or mother must be put to death." And you can find that in the book of Exodus and Leviticus. So you have to do your own research if you want to find out where Jesus is talking about that, bringing that up from. Let's continue on. "But you say, you don't need to honor your parents by caring for their needs if you give the money to God instead. And if so, by your own traditions, you nullify the direct commandment of God. You hypocrites! Isaiah was prophesying about you when he said, 'These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far away. Their worship is a farce, for they replace God's commandments with their own man-made teachings.'" You can find that in Isaiah 29. Let's continue on. "Then Jesus called to the crowds and said, 'Listen to what I say and try to understand. You are not defiled by what you eat, you are defiled by what you say and do.' When the disciples came to him and asked, 'Do you realize that you offended the Pharisees by what you just said?' Jesus replied, 'Every plant not planted by my heavenly Father will be rooted up. So ignore them. They are blind guides leading the blind. And if one blind person guides another blind person, they will both fall into a ditch.'" Then Peter asked Jesus, "Explain what you meant when you said people aren't defiled by what they eat." "Don't you understand?" Jesus asked him. "Anything you eat passes through the stomach, then goes out of the body. But evil words come from an evil heart and defile the person who says them. For from the heart come evil thoughts, murder, adultery, all other sexual immorality, theft, lying, and slander. These are what defile you. Eating with unwashed hands could never defile you and make you unacceptable to God." And that's where we're going to finish up this evening. Hope you're doing well. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.